First, let's go ahead and start with the transfer news today. One of Ross Hodge's players from North Texas appears, at least, there's a little asterisk by this, appears to be following him from North Texas to West Virginia. And here's an article that's over on my website, wvsportschat.com, by Miss Shauna Rose over there. She did a great job writing this article, but it says, WVU adds North Texas forward to roster. North Texas forward Brennan Lorient has announced his commitment to West Virginia on Instagram on Tuesday. The 6'9", 215-pound junior played for head coach Ross Hodge last season after spending his first 2 seasons at Florida Atlantic. With the Mean Green, he averaged 11.8 points and 4.9 rebounds per game and shot 57% from the field and 47.8% from 3 on 23 attempts. Lorient was named to the American Athletic Conference First Team All-Conference and was voted as the AAC Sixth Man of the Year this season. The Ocala, Florida native entered the transfer portal on April 7th with a no-contact designation and committed to the Mountaineers the following day. He also had considered the NBA draft. Now, according to 24/7 Sports, he has not ruled out going into the draft. But we'll see where that stands. But more than likely, he's not going to be drafted, from what I'm hearing. But here's his Instagram post. Well, yeah, there's his Instagram post. You see, it's a picture of him in a West Virginia uniform. Obviously Photoshop, but really good graphics work there by whoever did that. It's on his post, but obviously with the Flying WV behind him. So I love it, man. And listen, this is a really good basketball player. I watched some of his highlights. Obviously, the stats I read to you there sort of speak for themselves. 11.8 points, 4.9 rebounds, almost 50% from 3. Now, only on 23 attempts. I get that. Not even one a game. But when he shoots them, he makes them. It shows you he's not taking bad shots. He's efficient on the offensive end. And I tell you what, I really like his athleticism is through the roof. He can jump out of the gym. He has long arms. He's 6'9" with length. He can guard. He's a great athlete. This is the player. Some of you may have heard what Ren Becker talked about when he was talking about, when he talked to Dusty May, when he was doing this search and he talked to Dusty May about Ross Hodge. Dusty talked about having a player at FAU that went to play for Ross at North Texas, and Ross was able to get more out of him than what Dusty was at FAU. This is the player he was talking about. He didn't start off his career at FAU all that great. He went to North Texas and thrived and did well under Ross Hodge as a 6-man coming off the bench for the Mean Green. So now they've added a 7-foot big that weighs about 280 pounds that's not going to get pushed around down low, which West Virginia lacked a year ago, or a season ago, this past season. And then now they went out and got an athletic 6'9" forward who can guard and who's going to play above the rim some, but can also shoot it when he needs to. But that's really not his number one game. What he prefers to do is get to the rim. So I really like this pickup. He's going to be familiar with the way Ross Hodge likes to do things, which is we've talked about a lot, and you've heard even Coach Rod talk about on the football side. It's always good to have someone who knows your system, knows what you expect, and can help the other guys figure all that out, the new guys figure all that out. Now, it's expected that there might be some other guys coming from North Texas as well, like point guard Jasper Floyd. He has now entered the transfer portal. There's speculation that he'll probably come to West Virginia as well. But this pickup of Brennan Lorient, to me, is very, very, very good. And this is him and Floyd were the two players. One of the first shows I did about this topic, someone asked me, hey, what players could follow him from North Texas? These were the two that I mentioned. Because A, they both had eligibility remaining, and B, they both played a lot of minutes, were contributors, and I felt like could play at the Power 4 level. So there's one or two so far. Let's see if Floyd follows his teammate to Morgantown. But Ross Hodge is off to a good start. He's got a 7-foot big and an athletic 6'9" forward with length. So I think that's a very, very good start. I'm really happy with that. It was DeAndre Thomas, a high school recruit that was supposed to follow or that is following Ross Hodge from North Texas to West Virginia. I'm going to bring his announcement up for you real quick. All right, here we go. This is DeAndre Thomas. Says, excited to announce I will be following the previous North Texas coaching staff to the University of West Virginia. I know some people are going to get upset about that because it's supposed to be West Virginia University, but give the kid a break. He's a 17 or 18-year-old high school student. He hasn't figured that out yet. But nonetheless, DeAndre Thomas, a 6'7" forward out of Allen, Texas. When you look at some of the other schools who offered him, the offer list doesn't excite you. Not a ton of Power 4 schools on there, if any. And I don't have that pulled up either. I did earlier. But he's talented. I've watched a few of his highlights. He's another athletic forward. He can jump. He can guard. He's really active with his hands. He can, grab the ball away from the guy he's guarding. He has good length. I'm sensing a theme here with Ross Hodge. He likes guys with length who can disrupt passing lanes, who are hard to, who are harder to get by. They don't give up as many dribble drives, and if they're active with their hands and can play defense without fouling, it's a huge advantage to have those long arms. We saw what Sincere Harris could do with his long arms. We've seen other guys at West Virginia who had length, and how that can as long as they've got the footwork and the effort to go along with that length, it can create a lot of havoc for the offense. And that's what he's doing. He's going out and getting, he got the big the big 7-footer. Then he got the 6'9" power forward with length. Now he's getting a 6'7" freshman forward with length, who is following him from Allen, Texas. Allen High School in Allen, Texas. Again, he'll be a true freshman. Can he come in and contribute right away? Obviously, that's yet to be determined. And I haven't, his huddle highlights are kind of hard to get through because they're broken up. It's how they do it is weird. Apparently, his high school has their own huddle account, and they put stuff up of all the players or multiple players. So you've got to sort through various highlights to get to his. So I wasn't able to watch it a ton. And like I said, this news just dropped a few minutes before I was getting ready to come on live. So I wanted to get take a little bit of nuggets, but I did watch a few highlights. He can go up and block shots. He can shoot it from three. He has a really nice shooting form. Doesn't have the quickest release in the world, but he doesn't really have to. I mean, to compare it to somebody, I would compare his shooting touch to Amani Hansberry. He has that Amani Hansberry looking shot. He's smooth with it, has a really good form. He doesn't jump real high when he shoots his jump shot, but he has really good form and is good with it. And but I think again, and I haven't looked at his shooting percentages or anything, but what I really like about him, it seems to be, is his athleticism, his ability to get to the rim, and his ability to play defense and use that length. So yeah, I'm excited about DeAndre Thomas. Ross Hodge is a first official freshman recruit. He's the KJ Tenner of this class. KJ Tenner had committed to Darren DeVries at Drake out of high school, followed him to Morgantown. This young man's doing the same thing. He was able to get out of his national letter of intent to North Texas and is following Ross Hodge and apparently most of the staff, according to him, to West Virginia.